Alrighty, we are back in Sevtech Ages. Now, the last time we were here, we planned on making a rocket, and we gotten a little ways into it. We had built the first machine that would actually allow us to start constructing that, just the initial components. But we did get a bit sidetracked with making a mob grinder to go get our blaze farm going, which would then feed into a automatic Enderman farm. Those both now completed, and hopefully functioning all right. They were, as far as I could tell, working by the time we left them. It's time to get back to that rocketry. And there are a few machines we have to go through if we want to go the way they've got going. And so the first thing that we will need, if we go and plug in here, we've got the Ender Crafter. And so to power that, I do believe we need the Ender Alternator. And this kind of just works to help with this workbench. This workbench is basically a powered workbench. What it does is it takes energy from the Ender Alternator, which just has to be connected up or close by, I believe. And it actually feeds that into here. It'll slowly craft the way that a furnace would cook. So just slowly across the bar here. And you can see we don't have very many recipes for it at all. In fact, the only one we actually need is this NASA workbench here. And so we will need this alternator, the Ender Alternator, to go and power this up. I think we're just going to stick two of them on for now. We'll go sleep the night away and check how our Ender farm is doing. We should have a few, not a ton. Our Blaze farm probably isn't very efficient, but we should have a few bits of Ender dust already. And right now we've got a kind of janky entrance. I don't know if I'll actually fix that up. And in fact, is this working out all right? Yeah, should be feeding out everything. It may be that we are not close enough here to have it spawn. Oh, right, we don't need that. We can just check in here. Yeah, maybe that we are not close enough to have them spawn if we're not kind of on this side of the river. Yeah, you can see, now that we're here, it is spawning. And I think we did end up emptying that chest the last time we were here. So if we go and look for Ender Dust, there we go. We've got 17 of that. Now we'll need to make more Eyes of Ender, which is easy enough. We'll just need to grab that Ender Dust and smelt it into pearls. Can we actually do that in our inventory here? So, oops. Let's see. Is that only through casting? I guess bonsai trees. We will actually need to get a chorus fruit farm. I'm very much thinking, just to be able to pump out the Ender Alloy, the enhanced Ender Alloy here. And I think, evidently, bonsai trees can do this. Hopefully, the garden cloche can also do this. They may not be able to, but in the event that it does, that wouldn't be too bad. Bonsai trees may still be the better option, though, just because it does seem like they drop ender pearls as well, which kind of invalidates the whole reason for us making an Enderman farm. Still, nice to have. And I think we'll need 4 total, because we will need, for the alternator. Oh, Ender Alloy Basic. Okay. So we'll need some of that, and then we will need the Ender Eyes. So we'll just slap that in to get that process started. Now, beyond the alternator, we also need to get into this, the inscriber. And I do believe we actually had all 3 casts. Let's see here. I think it should have been an achievement, an advancement we already gotten. Yes, here it is. The engineering, logic, and silicon presses. There we go. Not casts. To go and get that out. Now, that'll be with the inscriber. That's its own can of worms here. Looks like it just requires sticky pistons, iron ingots, and this a Fluix crystal. So we drop a charged Certus quartz. Okay, so that's the first we've ever used that. One nether quartz and some redstone dust into a puddle next to one another. Wait a moment to receive 2 Fluix crystals. Okay, so that's actually not too bad, not too hard to make. We'll go cast these out. For that ender alloy, though, the basic stuff does not actually require the, oops, does not actually require the flowers, the chorus flowers. Looks like it requires ender biotite. Okay, that's not too bad. And we, I think we only need 4 for our alternator. So, yeah, we can just do this in 2 batches. Just need to get it cast out, and then we will be set on that. And this should be the last of it here. So we will grab some biotite out of our chest system. We need, let's see, 16. We'll go grab this mold out, so we do not need that. Oops, and slap that one back in. And get this warmed up. I suppose distributing doesn't really change it all that much. While that's going, we may as well make our Eyes of Ender. Oops. Oh, right. Blaze rods. There we go. And just throw that together. We have the Ender alloy, and we have that, which means we have 2 Ender alternators. Perfect. And that is apparently an advancement that I did not see. Where is that advancement? It has to be in H4. Oh, I see. I guess I never got Ender Crafter. Okay, but yeah, we've got that now. We'll go set that up to the side of this, and we'll probably end up moving these anyway, so it doesn't matter too much how we put things in. And then if we have done this right, maybe that only works when it's crafting. There should be a little particle effect where they kind of suck in power. Maybe that's only going to work when we're crafting something, though. So we'll get on those next steps. Now, since it doesn't seem like Ender Utilities actually has that much for us, almost nothing at all, honestly. A few storage things which we will not use since we already have simple storage, and that is totally well and dandy for us. That is more than enough. I think we will also use this area for the inscriber and all that sort of stuff. So we do need that Fluix crystals. Do we have any sticky pistons left? We do not. We should have a few pistons. There we go. And do we have slime balls? I think we have both of those, and I'm pretty sure you just slap a slime ball on a piston. That makes it a sticky piston, yeah? Great. All right. Clear you, clear you. We've got those sticky pistons for that eventual recipe. We'll just toss them in the storage system here. Now, we need charged Certus quartz, we need nether quartz, and redstone dust. I assume by tossing into a puddle, it is talking about tossing it into a source block of water. With that, we'll just use the ocean here, I suppose. We will need redstone. We will be making 2 of these. Oops, need one more. Making 2 of these because there are 2 machines. Three machines, rather. 3 presses that we have. And then we'll just have 1 duplicate, I guess. And then, what was it? Nether quartz, I think it was? Yeah, we got tons of that. And let's throw that, you know, just in case it means actually a puddle specifically. We'll go and seal ourselves off in a corner here with our water bucket. We will toss. Oops, not you. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. That was super fast. And in fact, oh, I see. I still had the other charged Certus quartz crystal in there. Yeah, apparently that goes in super fast. We have that. Perfect. We'll go and stick those back. Stick these in wherever they're supposed to go. We've got these. Oh, right. We will be needing to make more sticky pistons. If we want to have 4 of these, do we use these for anything else? Drivers, an energy acceptor. Okay, in that case, maybe we hold on to this. Quartz glass. I think actually the energy acceptor is part of a power adapter. Is that one of the things it needs, or is the power adapter something different? No, that is something completely different. So I think we might as well just save that extra one that we have. No harm in doing it. And we will use this along with the many sticky pistons that we have that we will be making here. And some slime. Oops, to make... Let's get out of range of that portal sound, just so it doesn't drive me up the wall. Let's make ourselves some inscribers. 3 inscribers, specifically. Okay. Now, these inscribers, I do believe they need to be connected to power, so we will route power over here. And that'll be its own set of issues, but we'll go set them up along the side. I think they all need a little bit of space next to them, because the inscribers actually have 3 input slots. They have one, I believe, this is for the presses. This is the material that goes in, and then this, I think, is a separate press, maybe. I don't actually remember the process, but we should have all 3 of those presses, right? Yeah. Logic, silicon, and engineering. So we will go place each one of those inside their own little thing and see what next steps we have to get to the NASA workbench. And I'm actually going to just pin that so we can quickly refer to it. So compressed steel. Oh, we'll actually need a compressor from Galactic Craft. An assembly IO unit we have made before. Finally, we'll be able to use some of the blue plastic we keep accidentally making, or that we did accidentally make back when we were trying to get cyan plastic. Be able to use that to make the IO machine here with all the drill heads and whatnot. We've got a printed circuit board. We've already got that. The compressed steel we will need to make that other machine out of. Then we need a logic processor and an engineering processor. So that looks like, wow, this looks like it's a whole new thing here. Printed silicon and a printed engineering circuit onto a piece of redstone. That is made with the inscriber, with this, since we don't have access to diamonds, heavy duty plate. That is made with compressed bronze, aluminum, and steel. Okay, and I do believe we actually need a lot of these heavy duty plates, just kind of all over the place, because they're used for fins, the nose cone. I think they make up the actual rocket body itself. And I want to say they make up the spacesuit, but I could be wrong about that. How do you not have access to diamonds yet? That's insane. I think you get access to diamonds in stage 5. They leave that all the way till the end. And then the other thing we need to make for this is the logic processor. That is the inscriber onto gold. Okay, not too bad. But let's get all this hooked up. Let's get this side of the workshop thrown together here. Now we've got our toolbox with all our wiring and stuff. We are a bit short on medium voltage stuff. The relays not so much, nor the wire, but the connectors are a bit short. The low voltage as well. High voltage, we've got plenty of excess though. So I think we'll need that many. You know, let's just take the whole set out. We've got lots of inventory space now. There we go. And we'll get that hooked up. We want to make sure this is way up there. I think just 2 off of the roof. And on this back wall too. There's that. We can hook our high voltage up to power. I think we have set it in this room specifically that we cannot electrocute ourselves if we jump by touching that wire. It's only if the power comes down that we actually get electrocuted by it. Next up, we will do medium voltage, and this will probably be what we end up using to power this system. I don't know if it'll require more than medium voltage. A lot of the machines have not. Really, the only one we have found that uses more than medium voltage can provide has been the arc furnace. But we use this to go and... Ooh, ow. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. Use this to go and hook up the inscribers eventually, once we get the circuit passed all the way around. And last but not least, low voltage. Because even that could possibly come in handy, that we haven't really used it for anything. The low voltage is actually the weakest of the circuits, not because of the fact that it doesn't pass through much energy. It's the only circuit that is not currently being powered at all by the steam turbine out there. Everything else is actually plugged up because we have a high voltage to medium voltage converter actually out there, converting to the medium voltage power just from one of those capacitors. But the low voltage is basically just being powered off of those thermoelectric generators that we set up way back in the day, way back when, that thermoelectric generator array. So that's the only one that is possibly prone to failure. I think this will be fine to be set up like so. Oops, we do, 1, need to get out of there. 2, need to get some medium voltage connectors, which we'll also need to make more of. We should actually just be able to make this from in here, shouldn't we? Oh yeah, that's much more convenient. And can we do some of these too? I suppose we didn't really need those. We more need these. Still, always good to have spares. That is super nice not having to run around and root between this and that chest to go and get that. Stick power on the back of each of these. And hook them all up. I probably could put all this voltage stuff into a, into a chest somewhere. But I kind of like the workaday magic of just having a toolbox on us with all our quote-unquote necessary daily tools. But we will use this time here. Hold on a minute. Hold on just a second here. What happened to our shovel? What happened to our excavator? How did it get thrown in there? What the heck? That is very confusing. Okay. Problem solved, though. Got our excavator back. These are all hooked up to power, which means we can get the other processes started. So what did we say we needed from this? I think the easier one will be this, inscriber logic press, which we've got with some gold ingots. I think, yeah, this is the inscriber logic press. We got gold here. Just slap that in. Yep, there we go, and we have power going through this. It doesn't actually mention how much it uses, and I don't know if it uses more to go faster, or if it just stays the same no matter how much you pump in. We will also need this printed silicon. That's another inscriber plus the raw silicon that we have. I think we will actually need 2 of these, so I'm going to pull one out. Oh. Oh, have I gotten the wrong one here? Printed silicon. Inscriber silicon press, specifically. Logic press, silicon press, there we go. I think we will need 2 of them because I think this other one also takes, yeah, some printed silicon. We will go get that in there. 2 of those. This will require this heavy duty plate. That's a whole other set of steps. But we can make this. Oh, and actually both of these are taken out. So let's put you out of here. And then grab some redstone from the array. Here it is. There we go. And get that going. We have one component of many, the logic processor, for our NASA machine here. That's 2 components of this done. We probably get on this basic crafting table. We do need to make a whole lot of basic components, which is a wee bit annoying. I do remember being annoyed by that the first time. We need 4 basic components here, and each of those either requires a luminescence or a stardust. I think the luminescence will be easier, just because you duplicate stardust to get luminescence effectively. And we will need 4, and then another 4 here surrounding a black iron ingot. Or a black iron slate. Okay, so how many do we need in total? Let's do the math. 4 for the outside, 4 for the inside of this, and then 1 extra. That is 9 black iron ingots. 10 for this last one in the bottom. So let's get that process going. We should have a bit of black quartz. We've been using black iron kind of regularly. Or, yeah, black iron. So we don't have quite as much black quartz as I would hope to. Luckily, we've been getting it from those assorted quartz. Let's see, mill or crusher? Crusher. We've been getting black quartz from the assorted quartz clusters that we've been mining in for the Certus quartz. But it still doesn't come out with enough here for us, which is not great. It's not spectacular. This is almost done. 9 and 10. Great. We will use this as an infusion material for some iron ingots. So we've got plenty of those. There we go. That'll slowly infuse into the whole thing. And then we need to get on that luminescence. So we've got illumination powder. We don't have luminescence, though. That, I believe, is, I want to say, yeah, glowstone, redstone, stardust, and gunpowder. That creates 2. We need 10. Sounding pretty quiet. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can turn the gain up here. Hopefully you won't get any of the background noise because there is a fair bit of it. How's that? Not a little better? We can twitch that up a little bit more. But we'll go and get some luminescence here. We needed gunpowder. Got plenty of that. I think we will need, let's see, 5 luminescence if we want to get this all together. No, 4. Let's see. Ah, blast. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4 here. Of course, we divide that in half. Got some stardust. some redstone, and some glowstone. Well, we've got ourselves some luminescence. Just that much, please and thank you. These are all done. There we go, our lovely black iron ingots. Some of these, I think all except one actually, get turned into plates. So plate there, plate for all of those, and then the single black iron ingot. Whoa. Kindly bring that back to me. And we'll actually need some iron rods here too. So we need 2 iron rods per every basic component, and that will be 4 of them, meaning... No, 8 of them. Yeah, 8, which means an equal amount of iron pulled out. So we will go get... Ah, we've got almost that much iron. Rod just kind of sitting around. Go and throw that plate press on there. Get that stamped out real good. And fetch these all. I think 1 extra will go into our lovely handy-dandy remote chest system. And I'll actually throw this in there too, because that is a completed component. And then with that, should be good. Ah, I see. I'm still short on iron rods. And luminescence. Okay. I miscalculated somewhere. Either way, we will need another 4 of you. And kindly get the plate press out to do it. Then for luminescence. Right, gunpowder. Redstone, glowstone, and Stardust. Stardust is actually something we are kind of low on. We can't actually make this now that we have properly looked. Oh, no. Shoot. You know what? Let's just do it this way. There we go. Stardust is something we're actually a little bit low on just because we haven't been doing much astral sorcery stuff, and especially we have not been creating those new crystals. So we don't actually have Stardust. We can, now that we have mapped out the Nether, create Stardust because, whoops, if we check the recipe here, you can actually make that in Starlight Infusion, in the Starlight Infuser, rather, with some Nether Quartz Dust. Nether Quartz Dust, of course, is just Nether Quartz that's been ground up at the crusher. And we should have a ton of Nether Quartz in our storage system, I want to say. Because I think we were just kind of casually picking it up. Yeah, we've got over 1,000. So if we do end up running out of Stardust, we can easily create some more. But this should be good to create those other basic components. And 4 of you around this basic catalyst will make that. Do we have a block of iron? That would be a good question to ask. I kind of don't think we do, so we'll need to go compress that. There we go. First put packing mold in, and then block of iron. I think you halved the luminescence, then forgot it. You halved it, so halved it again. Ah, I see. Yeah, that was probably the calculation that went wrong. One of many. We've got our block of iron. We will need 2 crafting tables. And conveniently, we already made a ton by accident. Entirely by accident. And then we should be able to get this made. So, all of you, and bam, tier 1 crafting table. Some of the components done. We'll put that printed silicon just back for now. And move onwards towards the rest of this. So, compressed steel is also going to require the compressor. The basic assembly I/O. We may be able to do this. Depends on whether we have enough for the pneumatic cylinders. Let's go pull out that remote again. So we need 3 of these. There we go. We will need to turn them into this. Oh, I guess we didn't quite need 3 of these then. Whoops. And apparently we actually had extras in there. Hold on. Yeah, we had some anyway. So we basically made that for no reason. Still, totally fine. And will we be able to make this outright? Yeah, we totally will. Fantastic. So we've got our assembly I/O unit, which means the only components left are printed circuit board we obviously got, this engineering processor, the compressed steel, and that is it. So let's get on making a compressor. Now that isn't too bad. I think we have advanced ender alloy. I don't think we've used that for anything. Yeah, we already have 2. So that will be easy enough to make here. Or easy enough to use. Soul-forged steel, that's going to be a real pain. The only way you can actually get soul-forged steel is with the stoked crucible. Hold on, this seems wrong. Ah, no, there I was right. For which you will need charcoal dust or coal dust, either which is fine, that's easy enough to get. But you'll also need the soul urn, which you can only get if you throw either ground netherrack or soul dust into a filtered hopper with a soul urn underneath, and there is no real good way to automate this. And we've not yet made a single one, so we're going to have to figure this part out a little bit. How do we make that original urn? Oops, what am I looking for? I am looking for you. So how do I make this urn here? Stoked kiln with an unfired urn. That is a unfired vase, which comes from the planter, which comes from the crucible, which comes from clay. So basically we just need clay. Do we have clay blocks just sitting around? I kind of doubt that we do. In fact, we don't have very much clay at all, and we will need... I suppose we could reuse one. Just have our horse pack this clay into single block. I actually don't know if we have an industrial machine for this process. But we will get that clay block. There we go. And then we will throw it on our pottery table. After we eat some lovely pizza here. The pottery wheel. And it should go down here. That turns into the crucible, which will turn into the planter vase, and then the last step, I believe, is the urn. There we go. And if you don't pull it off there, I think it just turns back into nothing. Luckily, we do get the clay back, which is nice. It's always nice to have. We will go fire this up in our kiln. And that should bake it into a usable urn. Now, all we'll have to do after this is grab a lot of ground netherrack. Let's see. We need... how many ingots exactly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 8 is 56, I want to say. So we will need 56 ground netherrack here. And this unfired urn is... hold on a second. Oh, okay, you can actually only do that in the kiln. Color me surprised. So we'll throw that in there. Ah, yeah, that breaking effect means that it is, in fact, setting here, and it'll break off once it... there we go. Goes through. We need to go get some ground netherrack. We have some, it looks like. Not enough, though. We need another 35, I'd say. I think. yeah, each of this is a 1-to-1. So we will just need to grab 35 another rack. Somebody please do the math if I am getting this wrong, though I think it is correct. And throw that through the crusher. That should just spit it out. Yep, as ground another rack. Perfect. We'll just let that run for a time while we focus on the other things we need. We do need bronze. We have an okay amount, but we will be using this stuff kind of commonly, so it's probably a good idea to get copper ore. Well, let's see. Copper, and I think it was tin. Yes. We can grind one of them into dust. I think we still should have tin dust, right? No, we must have all... Yeah, we must have ground it all up. Okay. Alternatively, it's still in this crusher down here. So let's go take a look. Copper, iron, nickel. No tin now. So let's go and grab the tin here that we will need. Oops. And throw that in the crusher. Let's just make, not quite that much. Yeah, we'll say that much. That will do 2 stacks of copper. And we've got plenty of copper at the very least. 2 stacks, we said. That's all the ground netherrack, though, finished. Which means we can take that over to that filtered hopper. And our filtered hopper is currently sitting on top of a block, so I guess we're just going to tug that out. Put the urn down. Okay, yeah, it just kind of slaps onto the bottom of that. And let's see, what was it from here? It is coal dust, the soul urn. Oh, right. Yeah, soul urn does not require any of that other stuff. So we should just be able to toss 8 of this stuff and no more. That'll give us... Ah, there it is, the soul urn. And with that, we will need an iron ingot and some charcoal or coal dust. Neither of which we may have. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So what do we have more of? Charcoal, by a long shot, it looks like. So we can go grind that up. Does that go 1-to-1 to charcoal dust? It does. And so we will need 8 of that. To get ground up in the crusher, which is getting lots and lots of use. Turn to coke dust. Okay, that's okay. Coke dust is fine. Coal dust is what we needed. Or charcoal dust. And this will be turned, I think like that. There we go. Into bronze, hopefully. Yeah, perfect. Why not grind up more than 8 at a time? Because we don't need any more than 8 charcoal dust. All we need is 8, 1 each for each of the steel forged, or soul forged steel. Actually, I think we have 1 extra. I think we've actually got... We need 7? Yeah, and we made 8. So we'll actually have some spare. That's okay. And then that goes in the crucible, was it? Yeah, the stoked crucible with a bit of iron, which we'll have to go and pull out. Just 7 of you, so I can keep track and you can go in. Sorry about that excess. That should... Maybe. There we go. Slowly, ever so slowly, turn it into soul forged steel. Now the grinding seems done here. Because it is. Right, I finished with all of that. It's just waiting on the bronze over here. Which... Is that done? Oh, I guess I miscalculated it a little bit. Little under. Oh no, actually, 2 full stacks of bronze and we get a little copper left over. Okay, I wonder how I misdid the math on that. We'll store the hellfire dust, we really don't need it. Charcoal dust does get to stay, so does the ground netherrack. We kind of just wait for the soulforged steel, there we go, to get out so we can recover the urn. Use that another filtered hopper bit here. You know, let's just get this separated out into 8s. That'll give us that. Perfect. It actually gives us some flint as well. No, I think the flint we actually just picked up from somewhere. We'll go use that to repair our garden trowel because it was a little worse for wear. We're basically just going to wait for that to happen. We'll keep getting this hellfire dust stuff, which can't use for much. Mostly for nether sludge or this concentrated hellfire. And apparently blasting oil with some tallow, though I'm not sure exactly what that is used for or what it does. Along with nether coal. Also not sure exactly what that is. It just looks like a better version of coal. Oh, and it makes torches all by themselves. That's actually not too bad. But yeah, we will probably not use that. Remember when getting hellfire dust was such a chore, now it's a useless byproduct. It really does be that way. Really do be. That is 2 down. Wonder if I could just leave those in there. I'm kind of afraid of tossing these in case they turn into anything else in the crucible. But I don't think the crucible should turn them into anything. Yeah, I might as well leave them in there. Oh, not you. You. Okay, that is still going, if ever so slowly. I do wish we could have had a hidden sort of fire to speed it up here, but there's really nowhere we could put it. Even if the hibachi... was it the hibachi? No, the bellows. The bellows powering all of this stuff, it's just not doable, because we need a hibachi for each of them, and it'd take up way too much floor space, which would be very, very dangerous and very on fire. Alright, there we go. This again. We'll just keep doing this until we get what we need here. Now, while we're doing that, we suppose could get the other... Oops, don't want you nailed in there. Other portions of this made. So, another furnace is... Whoops, easy enough to make if I use the correct inventory here. Just requires a furnace. And then should be making the nether furnace just straight off of that, right? Yeah, there we go. We got one of those. Obviously we have pistons, we've got the ender alloy. We will need aluminum plates though. This is almost done. Come on. By God, this is slow. There we go. Oh, and our urn went away. Okay, so I guess it's just a chance to bring that back. Right? No, yeah, it's totally gone. Okay, I guess we get to... Whoops, do that all over again. So, clay... 4... Oops. Compress, please. And then, what is it? Crucible, planter, vase, and then urn? I want to say it was. I think that's the process. So hopefully that's just a random chance. Or, well, I don't know whether I'm hoping for it to be a random chance thing or a timed thing, because if it's a random chance thing, then we might be able to get through all 7 here without it breaking the next time. But if it's a X amount of lives thing, then we will end up using another one of these and just have an extra urn left over. Oh, and we need to stick that in here. We'll remember to do that this time. Now, what else do we need for you? Pistons, right, aluminum plates. So we can go rush off and do that once we get this next set pushed in and set up. Oh. Hold on a moment here. What's happening here? Some of it just kind of pass it by? Okay, there we go. Luckily, it still works if you put in not 8 all at the same time. We'll get that in. How much aluminum do we have? That is actually something we may need to stock up on. Ooh, yeah, that's something we need to stock up on quite a bit. We'll need at least 4 plates for this. So we'll get that at least made. But aluminum is going to be a very important component in the rocket ship, I do believe, because we will be making, let's see, a lot of this. And aluminum, steel, and bronze are all major components of that. I think we should have enough of the other two, bronze and steel, to cope. Maybe a bit more steel is necessary, actually. In that event, let's go convert this coal coke into coke dust via the grinder. And we need to make... How many treated planks do we have? Not enough. And we don't actually have any planks either. Mostly because they're all in here. Oh, no. Scooch off my chest. Do not stop at the means of production today, intern. But we will want a jerry can to go fetch all of this stuff. Ooh, jerry can, please. Empty, preferably. Or is it like this? Is it all around? It is all around, okay. Oh, it's empty. That would do it. There we go, 2 stacks, and might as well make a little more. Just to get that all out. Nice and clean. Perfect. This will just keep running, so that'll be sweet. But yeah, we'll need to make more iron, or rather steel, just because that is going to become an issue here once we build a bunch of rocket plates and whatnot. You can all go back, same with you. You can get stored. Our remaining 2 netherrack will get added to the equation here. So you should be... Yep, hold on. Go slap that down. Perfect, and we are almost finished here. Almost. This compressor... Yeah, it really doesn't require anything. I do believe the still forged steel anvil actually does make a few things. Detector block, buddy block, I'm not sure what that one is. All these plate armor things. Yeah, a lot of things off of the beaten path. None of which, though, that I think we will end up using. unless we get off the beaten path. So we may very well use this yet, and if we do, well, we're using this for a crafting recipe, so we will have to grow. We will have to go and make more of this. Wow, destructive great arrow, lightning great arrow. This stuff is neat. A kukri and stuff. We've kind of stuck to Tinker's tools, which I think is neat. I think that is the most complete system, but it does make me wonder what life is like off of the beaten path. Oops. There we go. Stand on there. And that'll be the last batch. All of that hellfire dust we will save for a rainy day, in case we're feeling like being dusty or on fire in hell. If we ever feel like that, we can go and snort some of that stuff, but this should give us the last component in the compressor. Then we can get on to the fancy stuff. Come on. Now this is still going. We've got our obsidian. Are we still using obsidian for all that much? I don't really think so. At least we've got a stack of the stuff, if we do end up needing it. I suppose we may as well grab some sticks here to go and make more. Yeah, because Steve's cart is just pumping out that stuff. It's unfortunate we couldn't... Well, maybe we could have, but that we didn't automate with Steve's cart. I do believe it has an animal farmer or something of that nature, but it's a little weird about it. So opting for the traditional stuff, yeah, there goes that urn. Opting for the traditional stuff was a better way. Wow, that really went from bright and sunny to dang, it is overcast real fast. With that done, Soulforged steel anvil gained and subsequently tossed. Oh, right. We'll wait for a second for that to come back. You always lose the TV remote, but you do end up finding it. There we go. I think we can go build that compressor now. Yep, there we go. We've got an advancement under pressure. Yeah, so that is the start here. Doing all the other Galacticraft stuff. Refined storage grid. From refined storage or applied energistics is apparently also off the inscriber path. Probably won't go too far into that. I don't know very much about AE2 or refined storage, especially since we have that simply storage system. I think that's much preferred. You like that quite a bit more. Achievement names are getting a little fun again. Yes, yes, they are. Finally. Well, some of them. Inscribing Cobalt, some of this is a little boring. It kind of goes off the beaten path, depending on what we're looking at. Sometimes it gets fancy. Yes, we will need this. This, I do believe, also needs to be hooked up to power. So we'll go set that off over here. Should we move that across? Let's say no. Let's put this here. And we'll just set that up like so. Okay. So this actually requires some solid fuel. So we should be able to make this compressed steel now. We will need 4 of that for this. Then we will need... Uh-oh. Here it is. This heavy-duty plate, which is a lot of fancy stuff for the actual creation of the engineering processor. Let's go grab some steel, though. It is well into nighttime now. Just have 4 of that to go in here. Oh, and our fuel. Some sticks. I hope that you will use this. Yes, it will. Okay. That's not too bad. I do like that the hammer and the anvil are both part of the actual loading bar here. Okay, we've got compressed steel, 2 of 4, and let's get started on making more steel proper. We'll go through the whole set of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of that coal coke. And iron will do exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right, and you can only stick 4 into here all at once. Okay, so we'll just spread that out. Hopefully that'll go quickly enough. Even with the arc furnace running at maximum power and everything, steel just has a maximum construction rate, so we can't do too much more than that. That, luckily, has stopped compressing, so we've got our compressed steel. Now for this. Oh, these are actually compressed versions of all of these, so we do need some more compressed steel. Which, there we go, can be made like so. Then we will need the aluminum next. We may need to go on a trip for that. Oops. Thank you. Yeah, we may not need to go on a trip to go find some more aluminum. I don't actually know, or rather don't actually recall what the aluminum ore was coming from here. It was called. Limonite is nickel. Bauxite is aluminum. I don't know if we've dug out any of the veins that we already had. Iron, tin. I'm not seeing any on the map, so I'm going to assume that we did do that. We can at least take the ones that we have. I'm going to assume that it's made in the same way. Yeah, judging by that it is. And last one, bronze. Not quite sure why the sound of this compressor is making anvil noises, but it's working. And that's kind of all we need. And speaking of working, this is doing its thing too. Sweet. That is compressed bronze, aluminum, and steel. Throw these all in the pot, and what do you get? Hopefully 6, probably not, but hopefully 6 of this stuff, 6 of these heavy-duty plates. And of course we only get 2, so we are going down gradually, but that should be, let's see, thrown through the inscriber, I want to say? Engineering press. Logic press, silicon press. Last press in the bunch. I don't think we've used this one before. That'll make that, and then we can... Oh, I think we threw it in here. Circuits? Mold? Shoot. What is this from? Applied Energistics, right. Here it is, the printed silicon. I think we just stick this and this in there with some redstone. It'll make what we need. Yeah, there we go. So maybe I did need 4 after all. We have the engineering processor. And an extra heavy-duty plate for whatever needs must. Which I think means we're ready to make this, isn't it? Yeah, we should be ready to build that NASA platform. I was not expecting to get there so fast. There we go, that's all of that in at least. Our steel will bring up the back. But I think, since we are kind of throwing all the rocket ship stuff here, we may as well do that. Let's go make this. Oh, right, Endercrafter. Oh, and of course that doesn't have access to this, so drag all of these into our inventory proper. And manually throw them all in. It goes like that, these in the corners, and then in the center. Oh, there we go. And now you can see that is drawing it in. And it's slowly, ever so slowly, pumping in the recipe. Yeah, look at that, though. Isn't that neat? But that should get us our NASA crafting machine. Oh, wow. Are we actually draining the circuits here? Uh-oh. Oh, you know what might be doing the trick? The fact that it's raining. Yeah, high voltage, totally drained. So even this, this steam alternator, steam turbine and alternator here can be completely hamstrung by the fact that it's raining all the time. We'll go sleep the night away. That should solve the problem. I really didn't expect that to drain quite so quickly. I thought that would hold up to a maximum extended load. I guess now that the sun's out, it should be propping or putting out more electricity than drains, right? Hard to say. Numbers are kind of jumping around. I think on average it's still heading up, so that's good. We got these lovely bits and bobs in here from the garden cloches. Wheat apparently is maximized out in that drawer that we put down. Yeah, but now this is running at full tilt. Okay. Yeah, so that really draws power when we get it going full speed. Hopefully, yeah, this is done working. We've added ourselves to the space race. There we go. And I think this is kind of designed to be nestled in the ground a little bit. Oh, oh, please don't disappear this. Okay, it did. It did not, rather. I think I'll actually put that on solid ground, but it does have a sort of... I'll move that out here even more a little. Oh, I guess that just kind of faces a primary direction. I would like to turn it around. What about from this side? Yeah, no, I guess that just faces one direction. But yeah, as you can see, the interior here is how you build a rocket. And so you will need a few components here. Now, we do need to look. I think it's... Nope, not this one. This one, still no. As you can see, there are different types of rockets you can actually build in here. Good God, there are a lot of types of rockets. Here it is, though. We will need a Tier 1 rocket, and that will require rocket fins. It will require a Tier 1 rocket engine, and then just a nose cone with a whole bunch of heavy-duty plates added to the mix. And all of these, I'm pretty sure, require heavy-duty plates as well. Yep. Along with compressed steel there. Not you. There we go. This one actually requires a tin canister, apparently. That's done little neat thing. But yeah, so this will be our steps for the next few bits of this. Lots of compression, lots of material. But let's ignore that. Let's go do something a little more rustic. That being finding some aluminum. Now, I do remember having something out in the water there, and I don't know if I mined that completely out. I think... Actually, I think this was lead and gold, I want to say. Oh God. Kindly stop that. Thank you. At least we one-shot the sharks now. Well, not quite. One and a bit. But, oh, judging by this crevasse that we see, I guess we've mined this out. I think this might have been lead and silver. God, the waters are absolutely drenched with sharks now. They are flooded. We'll go and fetch, if we can get out of here, all the stuff that we can get. There we go. And I guess just sink down until we can run along the bottom. Ow. And then we will go searching for more... Jeez. Wow, they really do come out of nowhere. We'll go searching for more aluminum to make those heavy-duty plates with, because we are quite low at the moment. Not doing so hot. Is this aluminum? I see something down here. Tealite. Tin, I want to say? Yeah, tin. Dang. Still, we'll mark it. Tin. We've been doing that with the recent veins just so we know where they are. Even if we don't know the exact spot. This is hematite, which is iron. Gold? Gold. Come on, give me some aluminum. That's all I want here. Aluminum, I believe the pebbles should be aluminum colored. I don't think it's like copper where the color is drastically different than what the actual ore looks like. This is cinnabar, which is redstone. Come on. Oh, you know what? I think we are... Didn't we solve the solution for this? Silicon. Which was our Pokeball here. And we'll go toss all the shark meat and stuff into the chest system. Yes, we just Pokeball their airship. That'll give us a better version of hop travel. A little further up. Now, I'm going to go across the river, I think. I think we've pretty keenly searched around the area of that field. Was that... No, that was lapis or something. Yep, lapis. Oh, please let me in. Please let me in. We'll just keep searching in our handy-dandy airship, though. Or we will need... Ooh, that might be it. Though I'm kind of sensing this might be bauxite. Are there any other samples? Yes. Is that aluminum? It is! Okay, we found it. Not too far away, either. So you can go back. And you can go in. We can go and see if we have some aluminum somewhere here. Okay, straight down. Exactly what we like to hear. Oh, there we go. Let's go vein mine that out. Go and fetch this all out. This is... Ah, that's salt. Neat. Oops. Oh, God. I just want to... Yeah, thank you. Switch my pickaxe. We'll plow through our saturation and whatnot here. Not to mention the pickaxe, apparently. It'll actually go puff up the hammer since it is almost done in itself. How's our inventory doing? Empty. It is doing exceptionally empty. Okay, and that is our aluminum mined out. Alright, let me out, please. That should hopefully tide over aluminum needs for however long it is. Don't jump down there, pig. That would end poorly. Yeah, this will be more of that. But we will probably call that good. I would assume that aluminum at this point should be set 814, and it'll be doubled in the cluster farm. I think that should be okay. Let's go get ourselves home and get this all turned into something nice. Alrighty. That is all of the aluminum done. Sweet. Or all of the steel done, rather. We've got aluminum on the brain here. So that should keep us covered for some time. We'll go take, you know what, let's say about that much aluminum. Put it through the ringer. Stick that through the crusher and eventually turn that into aluminum proper. And then we can keep on making that rocket. That machine, though, looks unpleasant. Honestly, that looks like something you'd see aliens throwing a human into to get probed. It's deeply uncomfortable. But if we look at our Tier 1 rocket, we'll just lock that one. What ends up happening is these are storage spaces, these slots at the top. That'll just give us internal storage in our rocket. If we were to stay on the moon, once we got there, then that would just give us, you know, basic materials and stuff to start with, which would be decent, especially considering once you get on the moon, you obviously have a limited amount and supply of oxygen. So if we were stuck there, then we would be utilizing those quite heavily. Fortunately, I do believe I know of a bit of a cheat, bit of an exploit here, bit of a cheese that uses this lovely celestial gateway. Now, I'm pretty sure that these celestial gateways work no matter which dimension you're in. They'll all connect up together here. And I may go and test that out. I do need to make another one of these. Those are made... how? Exactly. Stardust, ruined marble, illumination powder, glass lenses, and a rock crystal or celestial crystal or whatnot with some star metal ore. So that is very much within my ability to create another one. And then it just takes marble and sooty marble, the whole shebang, just to get itself set up. Ooh, come on, let me through. But these, I do believe, should let us travel from any dimension. Now, whoops, just quickly pin that. What do we need to pull from the inventory to go get this? Stardust, may have some of. I'll actually make, I think, a stack of Stardust, just out of the nether quartz crumbles or dust, whatever it was. Just so I don't end up running into this problem where I think we're actually out. Ruined marble, easy enough to get. Glass lenses, we may have more of. I think we made a batch of them. But I think we also might have been just making them piecemeal. We might have used all of that for one project or another. And illumination powder we've already confirmed we have. So let's get that marble. And we will need our chisel to go and fix this up. We'll need a ruined marble, I think it was. Pretty sure it was that one. We need that stardust and star metal ore. I think it was 4 stardust. Yeah, 4 stardust. We need glass lenses, which we don't have any of. We can make that pretty easily. We just need 2. And celestial crystal, or rock crystal. We'll just use the celestial crystal, since we have plenty. And we are going for low purity ones, because those cannot be fixed here. Yeah, you. Let's go slap that down. Oh, right, we will need our wand. Our resonating wand here. It's been a long time since we've done any astral sorcery stuff. And we may as well grab out our bucket of jerry can, actually, of liquid starlight here in case any of this goes awry. There we go. Anything looking different? You are. One of you are. Bet it's middle. Yep. That's 1 glass lens and 2 glass lens. There's actually an addendum that I can make up to make up here to reinforce it a little bit more, make it a little easier on myself. I won't do that this stream, but before we go to the moon, I'm going to depart from the beaten path, tread down some of the, well, before or maybe shortly after we go to the moon, I'm going to tread down some of the paths that we have not taken in terms of abyssal craft over there outside the range that we can actually see, in terms of blood magic, just a few things, including astral sorcery. We'll go further into the trees than we really need to for the primary path if we're just using Sevtech Ages system. Just because I want to get a little bit more experience with everything there. And this is all empty. Luckily, our jerry can is still totally, completely full. I think we should be good for that, and I think we should be good here too, right? Oh, we don't have that illumination powder. We forgot to grab that. There we go. Some illumination powder. Let's get this all set up. I believe that should be... It's a little odd because we have the whole arena instead of just this basic square and then these sections cut off. You there, this, that, these, and those. There we go. Celestial Gateway. And we've got that. Perfect. So we'll go get the resonating wand out. And we will test this, I think, in the nether. Oh, we probably should have checked while we were up there. Sooty marble. Do we have it or do we not? We have some, but not enough. And that is... what is the recipe for sooty marble? Yeah, just some coal in the middle of any type of marble. So that's easy enough to make. In fact... Oops. Ah, okay. Not quite accepting here. We'll just pull out the marble and do this manually. I think we'll just take that much. That should probably proof us. 32? Yeah, that should be fine, because I think it is a 5x5 square here. Yeah, because the one under it is also city marble. Then we will need marble arches, 20 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one on each side. Yeah, 20 arched marble, or marble arches. There we go. And our chisel here, please. Oh, no, I do need that. Marble arch, there it is. We will need 4 engraved and 4 runed marble in addition. So we'll keep this on us and grab 8 more marble out. And 4 runed, 4 engraved. And that'll be good for us to test here. See, what did we say? We needed 25? Okay. All right, and let's go, might as well while it's night, to the nether and test this all out. Now, I could be wrong. It might not just work between dimensions. It might have been patched because the information that I'm running off of is a few years old at this point. But I'm really hoping that this functions correctly. Oh, Hello. God, I don't know what that was. Probably another player sprite sort of thing. We'll go and build with this. Now we said marble arches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Maybe we'll build this a little further out. Is it a little close to the lava? Just a tad. But we should be alright-ish. Ish. Stick these in the corners. These on top of the corners. And last but not least, fill these all in. And we will make sure to tear this down as soon as we confirm that it works. Because I do not want to accidentally go here, especially as far as I can tell, since there's not any way. Oh, this is a little rough in the nether. Especially in the particular location we put it in. Let's just go fetch that. But it did look like it activated. I'm going to go pull it out regardless, because I want to test if we can actually go to those other portals, not just see the actual thing functioning. Oh god, ooh, a little close to lava there. God, there are no, like, open field spaces. We'll just try to clear some here. We have confirmed it works. We just want to make sure it works the way that I think it works. Oh, and we are one short marble arch. Ah, because we didn't grab it. That would be why. Oh, God. Okay, well, that was my mistake. I think we should be okay. We'll just start building. Everything is fine. No concern is necessary. Okay. But that placed in. Do we have stars? Yes. Okay. Oh, and you can actually see where it is. When you crouch, you can see the outline of what's there. Okay, so that's perfect. We now know that all of our celestial gateways show up, no matter which dimension they're on. And the other planets, I do believe, are treated as different dimensions. If you were, for instance, to try to fly to the moon, you would not get anywhere. We'll go and store this, I think. After we take out all these sticks, what on earth are they doing in there? I've got no clue. No clue whatsoever. I'll actually throw that book and quill in there, too. And you know what? While I'm going wild, everything that does not necessarily need to be out with us. Compass can actually probably get tossed now that we have the journey map, so you can go in its place. Obsidian pickaxe, yeah, I guess that is one level higher than our steel pickaxe. Everything else, I think, earns its place. The rest of those go out. And, yes, we will store all of this in here for later use. And where is our portal gone? There it is. Well, I was about to say, I think I need to light up the portal room, but it's already lit, so I'm not sure how the player mobs keep spawning in there. Kinda odd. We are back on the surface. Lovely. We'll go and store these sticks somewhere. I mean, I guess we might as well get more obsidian. Yeah, sure. I wonder how long this is going to last, though, because the pump jack is totally dry, we learned. It is completely, totally, and utterly gone. So I don't know how much longer that obsidian creation is going to last. I guess that will at least allow us to reclaim the, materials used in the creation of the pump jack. This all goes in along with the compass. Perfect, and we have a much cleaner inventory now. So, what were we in the middle of before we tested out that theory? We were building that rocket, right. I think before we even get on building the rocket proper, I'm going to get the fuel loader and the oxygen collector both put together. Obviously, fuel loader we will need to actually launch the rocket, but equally important, and possibly more so, oxygen collector is how you're going to get oxygen. And oxygen, if you're not on Earth, is kind of important. It's just a wee bit important. So that will be in Galacticraft. We don't have a ton of stuff active here. I do believe... Yeah, the oxygen collector... Shoot, is it the compressor or the collector that I think we need? Because it should... Maybe we'll need both, too. But it should collect them from the air since we're on Earth, right? Maybe not. We need to fuel rockets. Okay. So it doesn't mention the compressor, but we will need that as well if we'll want to have oxygen tanks. This area is getting a little bit more cluttered than I had originally thought it would. But let's go see what this takes. So collector first. Compressed steel, easy enough. Oxygen fan, which is, finally used for Invar. And some compressed steel, lots more of that. A tin canister, which is easy enough to make. A oxygen vent, which is sort of easy to make. Compressed aluminum, and this, the oxygen concentrator, which itself requires a tin canister. So luckily we'll be making use of both of the ones that we make from that single recipe here. Another oxygen vent, compressed steel, compressed tin, blah, 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 blah. So all I'm seeing is a lot of compressed tin and steel. So let's get on that. Do I want to do the math on that? I suppose I might as well. So we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 compressed steel in the creation of this. So that'll be... is it 1 to 1? Yes, it is. It'll be 14 total steel that's involved in this process. There we go, and we'll just let that run. Then for the tin, we will need 3, 4... no, 6. 6 there. This is just 10 standard, so we don't need to worry about that. That's the Invar gear. 6, 9? Yeah, I guess that's 9 tin, so 10 tin total. Turned into plates. That's just going to run. I don't think we can make them alongside each other. I think that alloys them into something odd. But now, finally, time for this Invar to be used. How did we make this in the first place? We just made it by accident, I think. Looks like it is iron and nickel. And it is made in 3s. So we'll actually still have some left over. But iron grit we've got, right? Hold on, please give me that back. I think we should have some spare iron grit just kind of sitting around in here, right? Oh, we've got that aluminum grit that we forgot to get smashed together. do that now. That should luckily take almost no time at all. So I may tell a lie. Well, it's faster than steel at the very least. And as for iron grit, we only have the one. So we will need... Oh, no, we've got tons here. 2, 4, and then nickel we will need 2 of. And that, combined with our current amounts of Invar, our current stocks there, will give us exactly as much as we need. We will need to wait for that aluminum to go through, hopefully, but by now, this surely should be done, right? Yes, just about. And then we will need, what do you say, 10 of that, and then we will use the 10 to make those 2 tin canisters that we need. And that'll just keep going. Not too bad, not too shabby. These, can we alloy these in an alloy kiln? We can. So since our other machine is otherwise in use here, since our arc furnace is doing all the aluminum as quickly as it can, but still slowly, we'll just put this to work. Might as well. And there's that. All done. We will need... what? I think we'll need this. I think we'll need 2 of those, actually. One for usage in this, and one for the concentrator. We've got that tin canister. We should actually be able to make that off the bat, I'm pretty sure. Yes, we can. Perfect. We got the oxygen concentrator. There we go. Oxygen vent. We can make the oxygen fan. No, not until our Invar comes out. I guess we can make compressed aluminum. We didn't have any left over, did we? No. So we'll just do that right here while we wait. How are our aluminum stores coming along? Ah, finished. Perfect. So this is done with our Invar. We've got enough for 2 full gears, and 1 to stick around and remind us that it exists. And compressed tin. Did I have this as a spare for any reason here? No, I think we just have it. So I'll toss that in there as well. We need to go get that gear mold. Slap it in. Slap you on. Look at that. Another slightly silvery sort of thing. Slightly silvery metal to add to the other collections of slightly silvery metal that, you know, didn't really need all that much of, but... Oh, and it would seem that I only needed 1, so we'll probably go smelt that other one up. There we go, oxygen fan. Now that should be just about everything, I think. Yeah, the only thing we are missing is those compressed aluminum plates, which should be done right here. So let's throw that together. Perfect. Got that. We've got this Invar gear, which we will melt down into more ingots, since we have no use of it. At least I hope we will be able to. Yeah, we shall. And we've got ourselves an oxygen compressor. Collector. This one we may not be able to put inside, because apparently it collects oxygens from surrounding leaves. I would like to surround it quite thoroughly. This might be the one thing we stick outside here, and I might plant a few fake trees. Get everything running. Looks like an 8-bit Factorio. Uh, is Factorio not an 8-bit Factorio? I guess Factorio is a 16-bit Factorio, but it still ain't pretty. But yeah, we'll go get this slapped together. And that, of course, will require power. And I think we'll go get ourselves another fuel tank. One of these nice ones. Together so we can go and one, cast this out, and two, collect up a bunch of oxygen all at once, because we will be using that in another machine. Oh shoot, we will be using that in another machine over here. We have problems. So what will happen is that as we take oxygen collector, sorry, is there no liquid oxygen shown? No. This. Once we get liquid oxygen here, we'll actually have to use this refinery, which we have not yet made. This is from Immersive Engineering, which we haven't touched in a while. Add that to kerosene, and that'll turn it into rocket fuel. Oxygen, in both liquid and gas form. So I have no idea how you get the gas. I do believe when you collect it, it turns into liquid. I really hope those are... Yeah, that's ingots. Okay. But we will need to, therefore, pump it over a great distance. Now, there should be some pipe that has transportation, right? A distant transportation. Fluids between connected blocks instantly without internal storage. I would love to do that by teleporting it across. I would love to do that without having to build piping all the way through for each of them, because currently we are kind of screwed on piping all this stuff together. We have kerosene all the way out here, oxygen wherever we place it. I suppose we could build that machine over here. What was it? The refinery, I think it was? Yeah, refinery. Could just build that out here, put the oxygens here as well. Yeah, maybe that's the solution. Instead of piping it all the way into this building just to keep most of the immersive engineering stuff together. I guess we already have all this oil refinery stuff here. So, yeah, what the heck? Let's do that. We kind of need to make solutions for these, though. Because these... if it'll let me in. Well, I guess it won't. These are all filled up anyway. Breaking them doesn't change that. It's just not going to be how that works. I really don't know why that's bugging out that way. Kind of weird. This, I believe, is filled with gasoline? Lubricant. This is filled with lubricant. This one must be filled with gasoline. And it will... lubricant? It will not produce anymore so long as we have those filled. Yeah, required in speed upgrades, yada yada yada. Gasoline. What can we use you for? Napalm. We wanted to go full Vietnam with it. Beyond that, not a whole lot. Can we trade gasoline through our tablet? Diesel, lubricant. No, looks not. So yeah, kind of the most useless one right now is gasoline. I assume in later ages, well, the last age, I suppose, that will be less of a problem. But this will basically not produce any more until we clear out the gasoline. Suppose we could just void it out? That would be an option. We have a void pipe over here that's been voiding for God knows how long. All of the bitumen that we have heretofore collected. I think this is diesel, right? Yeah, I want to say this is all coming from diesel, which is backed up at the moment. Our oil, amazingly, is still going. Why? I guess we were using plastic? No clue. Couldn't tell you. It is apparently draining, so that must mean this... Yep, totally empty. Okay, but we've determined that we will be using this area as our refinery. How big is that block? Let's see. Toolbox. And the manual. So, that's probably in here? Nope. Not in immersive tech either. Where the heck is this thing? There it is. So that is fairly large. Not unduly so, but fairly large. Since we have confirmed that this is totally out of... Yeah, totally out of fluid. You know, so is this, from what I can see from the flashes of insight that I can get from it. Go break this all down. See what we can use from this reclaimed machine to build that next one. Alright, perfect. And you can come with us. Because you are very valuable. Now the wires and coils and whatnot can all get shoved back in. The rest of this... Yeah, it goes back into the storage system. Okay. So, let's get out our projector? Yeah, there it is. Set it to the refinery. Go and do that out here. Does this have any distinct notes for us? Input through the ports on either side. Output through the orange port at the front. And then we can obviously turn it on and off depending on whether we want to use the things or not. I think I'm actually going to set our Amidron here. So we'll take that. Grab a jerry can. No, we'll have to use a bucket, won't we? Oh, we've got a bucket of lubricant. Lovely. Oh, give me my pizza back. Oh, and I can't get it back in. Damn this bug. Okay, but I think we'll start setting our Amidron. Amidrone. We'll say. God, I would love to get that back. I guess I could just do it like that. There we go. Fill that up. We'll set the Amidron to use lubricant instead of kerosene, since we are going to use that kerosene here for fuel, and I assume we're going to require a fair amount of it too. There we go. That'll at least clear this out. As for gasoline, I really don't know what we can do there. We could just make it into napalm, but that seems like a bit of a waste. What is napalm actually used in? Presumably a flamethrower? Or a Flammenwerfer? No clue. Napalm exists. That's all we know. Maybe I just upgrade the tank. So, what does that tank? What's that next step look like? Uses a purpur block and biotite, which we've got in spades. And that will significantly, that'll quadruple? Yeah, it'll quadruple the size of it. So maybe we do that, get this machine running again. Since we are not using this anyway. And, right, do we need... Yeah, we need this again to use it. Do I mind wasting 512 buckets of this stuff? Yes. Yes, I do. I absolutely do mind wasting that much. That is effectively an entire tank of this shoved into that little tiny block there. So let's get on the process of making another one of those fluid tanks. We will need... Whoops, not in here. In here, we will need... Pull out some iron plates. 8 of them. Unless we have iron plates already. No, we do not. Iron plates, yep. And we'll actually need some gold plates as well. Or maybe just the one. I always forget. I've made this a few times and I always forget. Yes. So we do need all 8. And then we will need lots and lots of glass, which we should have. Ooh, maybe not as much as I was thinking, though. We've also not got a ton of sand either. I guess we throw this in. Hope we don't need this for anything. I really do. Throw that through the back so that'll automatically cast out. Got ourselves iron plates, and we've got ourselves... Oops, got ourselves glass. There we go. And you in the center. Or not. I see. Like so. Remember to uncheck the little output. Forget if it's on or not. Oh, you're talking about the casting table. No, that is not on. Yeah, I haven't used that in a while. But that'll be all of these tanks together. We'll throw these all around to make a normal tank. We will throw that normal tank in there surrounded by these gold plates to make the gold tank. Then we need our purpur blocks. And the biotite, which we will need to turn into blocks itself. We'll toss our buckets back in since we're not using those. That should get us our extremely large one. For some reason, my brain correlated the press sound with the small output. No, those that does not make that sound. Very much not. This, I think, how do we shove these together? Oh, we can actually just do it like that. Oh, that's super easy. And that oops, takes way less material too. Okay. And then with that, we have our extra large. Uh-oh. Oh, other way around. Extra large fluid tank. Let's just replace that. We will use we will use a pipe, extraction pipe here to pump what was in the old one out into here, which will probably take a while considering how much we've got. And there we go. We can access it again for some reason. My goodness, these pipes really do put in work. Look at the speeds on that thing. That is 500 buckets drained in a second. And it is still not even a quarter full. Now this, yeah, should be processing again, which is great. This one still doesn't work. Not sure about exactly why. Ah, I see. We just needed to break it. That should be... Uh-oh. You should be draining. Why aren't you draining? Ooh, this is not... 59. This is going up. This is also going up. Why are you not draining? Stop. Oh, I got. I see. That's why. Okay, so this is full of diesel now. It actually emptied all out. We'll just put you down and delete it. There you go. Now we have ourselves a spare fluid tank. I actually didn't even realize that was connected to this fluid pipe. But this is all functional. Now we are full of lubricant, which means this kerosene will slowly increase, so long as that lubricant stays sort of out of there. And I'm actually noticing that power... No, power is keeping up with it. Oh, only because it is full of lubricant. Okay, well, whatever. Now, for... Go away. Our refinery. Stick that here. And you know what? I'm going to move right. Don't use the cosmic storage remote and move it. But we will go and get this set up here. Let's set it up like here-ish. That should keep it out of everybody's way. And I think this will be the front. So the way that we are facing... Oh no, hold on a second. Actually, I want to get that rotated around, so... We'll get it set up like this, so that this is the front, so we can actually look at it on the level here. Is that cutting any wires off? Maybe move it this way. There we go. Kind of on the edge of the block. Not going to block any wires. Now we just get to get all the components together. So we'll need steel scaffolding, fluid pipes, heavy engineering blocks, may or may not have. Oh, God. Clear that out. Steel scaffolding. Get heavy engineering. Sadly, oh, actually, happily, we do have that. Just one. Though it seemed we only needed one. Do we have light engineering to spare? We do. Some pleasant surprises here. And then fluid pipes. Of course, we do have those. One more of each, which I do believe we have. Any more fluid pipes required? Nah, it doesn't look like it. And no scaffolding either. This will go in, along with some redstone and light. And iron sheet metal. That we do not have. And we will need 16 of it total. So let's go get that made. That'll divide down easily, because it does make 4 each time. And I think, if I'm doing the math in my head here, I think each of those 4 also take 4, so it should be a 1-to-1. Just need 16 iron to be pressed down into plates. We'll just wait for that, and then we should have basically everything necessary. We can put the oxygen compressor, yeah, sort of over here. The collector, just maybe surround it by like a tree, and pump it out. Oh, and you know we can use that fuel tank, or the fluid tank that we just removed, to actually store all of that too. 2 problems solved easily. This is still going, huh? Yeah, still going quite a bit too. That is all done, all those iron plates, which means... Ah! Alright, close enough. There we go. All that sheet metal is out here too. This, of course, will be able to make more than just the fuel, but for our purposes, that's all we need it to make. There we go, and that is all settled. Let's go take a hammer, smack this into existence, and bam, there we go. Nice little refinery for us to go get. Toss all of you back in, and toss you back in there. And we do need to hook this up. I will be taking this... I guess we store it. Might as well. We're probably not going to use it ever again, but in the event that we do, it'll be good to know. We can pipe this over from here to there. I think we can just use the normal fluid pipes. I don't want to use these cyclic ones, just so I don't have to make any more. Because I think this should act as a pull if we put that in, right? Uh-oh. Oh, probably if this isn't powered, that wouldn't do it. Duh. Throw another medium voltage connector on here. We should be able to do it, yeah, from over here. That should do the trick. This is all insulated anyway, so... How about now? Anything getting pulled at all? Maybe like that? Nope, that's not it. Really not sure about how that actually works with anything here. I guess these pipes just don't work. I guess we are going to cyclic pipes. Not my favorite, but it works. And is this empty too? Yeah, totally empty. So where the heck is it getting this lava from? Does it run out? There must be a ton backed up in the pipes here. Oh, and you know we'll want to sleep the night away just so our steam tower produces steam. Or the steam turbine. Just in case we have to do anything requiring absolute truckloads of power. I really have no idea where the lava for this solidifier is coming from, though. There must be a ton backed up in the pipes here, because this tank down here only holds 10, and it has been flowing for ages. Ages and ages and ages. Very interesting. But we've got the fluid extraction cable. We have fluid pipes that we need to put away. And obsidian. We'll need that, and we need more of you. Will we have enough? I'm thinking probably not. And of course, these are the annoying ones to make, too. Yeah. Alright. Do we have more brick? We do. You know what? Let's just... make a whole set of them. There we go. Luckily, we have a ton of gold nuggets. I'm not actually sure where they all came from. I guess we just made a batch at some point. That should pipe up just fine. There we go, and kerosene shoots to the skies. Totally full up on kerosene. Now we just need to get this oxygen collector set up. We'll need some fluid. Actually, we won't need any fluid pipes. We will just need that fluid output. Fluid extraction cable here. And I guess we will just set it up here. I suppose we could plant like a tree here, make it come off of there. Yeah, that'll work. Or, forget planting a tree. Maybe we'll make one for decoration, but we are here for industry. Why am I going in here? I want some shears. Let's go rob a tree. Alrighty, you. Olive leaves? I don't know if it'll play well with modded leaves. Oak leaves, though. You'll do the trick. Alright, you, this is a stick-up. That's right, keep your arms pointed to God. $24? What do we think? That enough? I'm gonna make you look even. There we go. You are a fantastically tall, very narrow tree now. This should be enough. We'll go grab a piece of wood so these don't despawn. Oops. There's some of you. And then we will plant this around the oxygen collector and get that thing flooded with oxygen. Again, just back here. How close do I want to put this? I think I'll put it out here. So oxygen collector here. I do... Ooh, ow. Maybe not here. I do know that the side is actually important. I believe it's the green side that takes in power. And... must be the pneumatic craft wrench. Oops, that'll be in my toolbox, actually. I think it's the pneumatic craft wrench that actually rotates this the way you want it. So, well, for placing it here, let's move this a little ways away. Oops. Just so I'm not in danger of getting smited every time I go and check on it. There we go. Put that in here. Plug it up from that side, actually, so we do need to rotate it twice more. Put you away, stow you there. Plant a tree here. I have no idea what the reach on this thing is, so... we'll just kind of surround it on all sides where we don't necessarily need a wire or a pipe coming into or out of. Yeah, sure, just like that. Looks a little stupid. Is a little stupid, but it'll do the job. Then we will need to hook this up to power. Now, hopefully that'll have line of sight here. And it does, perfect. So are you collecting? Yes, it is. Which means we just need to slap this down to have that start to collect oxygen gas. Fantastic. And we will have tons and tons of storage for it as well, which is pretty stellar. It's kind of just drawing it in. I don't actually know. You know what? I'm going to break some of these leaves, see if that affects things. 186 before. Nothing here. Let's break one like right on top of it. Now what do you have to say for yourself? Nothing. Okay, so these leaves, totally unnecessary. Yep, totally unnecessary. I did kind of suspect that was the case. We are on Earth, after all, where oxygen is pretty plentiful. We do kind of run off the stuff. But I just wanted to make sure that was the case. And now I have. Ow. Right. Okay, but that is that's all set up. Perfect. We will store this extra fluid tank along with all of you. And get on to making fuel and right, that oxygen compressor. So this will need some bronze, another concentrator, steel, and aluminum. This is how we are going to actually get our oxygen into tanks, so we can actually breathe the dang thing. So is this liquid oxygen, or is this something else? Oxygen? Oh, that is actually oxygen gas. For some reason, I was under the impression that it was liquid oxygen. Well, either way, it'll work with both of our machines here, and oxygen gas is going to be much more useful to us as a breathable, inhalant and all that. Let's go and get all this stuff done, though. Now, let's see. Aluminum we need 3 of. Tin we need 3 of. Steel we will need 4 here. Oh, hold on a second. Tin we will need 6 of. Plus, all the ingots we're going to use here. So we'll get the tin done first, since we know the exact amounts. Then 7 for the actual making of this thing. Like, get that going. Are you just running? Oh, right, you're running off of sticks. Okay. Bronze. Do we have compressed bronze? Tin, steel, compressed bronze. We do have this. We've got 4 for the batch, 4 for the outside, 8, 9, 1 for the inside here. That's it. Oh, and actually we do have that 1 extra steel, compressed steel, so we only need to make the 8. That'll go through. This will go in. So we'll get 2 tin canisters, one of which we will use to make this. And we may as well make the oxygen vent. while we're at it. You all done? No, not quite. Can I make you? Not just yet. Once this is all done. We should. We need bronze next. We'll just need one, but we will have to use two, unfortunately, just because of crafting recipes. Oops. Do it in here. There's our oxygen compressor, or concentrator. There we go. Bronze is done. Aluminum. We have none of. One of you gets stored. One of you stays with me. And I think that should be the last of it, right? Yeah, just the aluminum we're waiting on. How's our nutrition? It's been a while since we checked. Ah, we've topped it off. Pizza, done. Apple pie, you are in. And let's get some sticks to top this all off, too. That should be everything we need here. Make our oxygen compressor. Lovely. Stick all the extra stuff in there. I'll go run over and sleep the night away. Power is important. Then tomorrow, we shall set this up. Actually, first we'll grab a bunch of sticks, because we do know that this other machine, the Steve's Cart chest, is actually full on up. I'll just store you like so. And then we can straight up toss you in like this. Ah, as we have some unfriendly visitors stop by. That will ensure we have free fuel whenever, wherever we will need it. And you guys can remain. At least the circuit's still going. I was kind of concerned it would die for some reason or another, but it is doing just fine. In fact, it's probably doing more than fine. Let's check how saplings and whatnot are going. Ooh, yeah, those are full on up. Oops, go in there, please. Tons and tons of oak wood. Apple's good. Saplings. I'm not so sure about these ones. I think I might just toss these into a cactus or something. Something a little prickly. Just because I don't particularly want them. And I don't think they're really useful for anything. Harvesting drone, sure, but probably not going to be using that. Especially since we have... Yeah, we have better options for that. Could use it as fuel, but we're already using sticks for that. Bundles just seem like a waste of time. Greenhouse glass, well, we always have more. Yeah, I think we are probably good just turning these into nothing. Let's stand in front of the cactus and very carefully toss all of those in. Cool. That will mean These chests have been sorted out as well. Wow, and we already got more wood. Good God, we got a lot of that stuff. That will go in here. These all still go into a cactus. And hey, look at that. We're back up to full double stack hearts. We have 20 hearts now to play with. And with our armor and hopefully our sword, we will be able to keep that on without a hitch. Now, right. Compressor, I think we will store just adjacent to this. I'd like to not have to travel near this bloody stuff anymore, but we'll go and throw this here. We do need probably our last cyclic pipe, our last extractor. And then this, once we flood it with oxygen, we will be able to use for we will use to fill our fuel tanks. Why don't make those specific wires insulated just to save yourself the regular shocks? There is no way to insulate those wires. Trust me, if there were ways to insulate high voltage wires, I would have done it long ago. But I think probably because of the capacity that they work at, there's just no way to insulate them in any way. Yeah, I would really, really love if they could, but fortunately, that's just not the case. I'll connect up. This should... Ooh. Ow. Flippin' thing. No valid oxygen tank. Do I have you set up the wrong way? Let's break this. Oh, so I think this is probably the oxygen port. This is the power port, so I actually need to rotate this around. Because it is the square side that pulls in power. I don't know why these ones of all the machines have directional power input. I mean, I guess some of the bigger machines do, but most of them just kind of accept it willy-nilly. So throw that in. You, oops, go on first, and then you get spooled. Thought you just got lazy with the insulation. No, this is, it's just sucky. That's what it is. I would have definitely gotten some insulation on that if I could. But, oops. No, I need that. But it apparently just does not exist. We'll go build this around into that. There we go. Now it's taking in both oxygen and energy. And it's kind of jumping, which I don't know about. I don't know why it would be using it, since there's no oxygen tanks in there. But yeah, effectively, we will stick oxygen tanks in here. That'll... Oh, you know, apparently we can actually plug up a tool and whatnot in here. Wonder how that works. That'll be that. It'll just pull from in here. Whoa. How much will it pull from in here? 1200 to 1200. I guess this just isn't pulling in as much as I thought it would. Huh. Interesting. That is that problem solved. Go restore those fluid pipes. If we need to do any more fluid stuff, which of course we do, we need to make another fluid extractor. That actually shouldn't be too bad, since we have access to all our chests and stuff now. I think we'll need to make a few of these. Let's just make them in bulk. So Let's make 16, let's say. We will need to make a bunch of these. Dang. So we can't quite just make it off of the roof here. Those do use gold nuggets, so we got plenty of those. So let's get 16, 32 iron turned into plates. And we'll turn all those plates into weighted pressure plates. And amazingly, I think we're actually running low on iron. Yeah, 260. So I guess we're sticking another set of them through the crusher here. And we'll just have to wait for that. Actually, hold on. Are you working jerkily? No. I think our steam should be doing the trick. Yeah, no, that's keeping it nice and full. I do wonder if there's a way to fix that up. A boiler apparently would do the trick. It's just water and steam. And the solar tower. The boiler, I would assume, takes energy. But if we could recursively loop it, depending on how much it actually draws, might be worthwhile just because it would allow us to keep energy going during the night if we did happen to need it for anything. So that was from Immersive Tech, right? Oh, I see. Okay, so that actually uses diesel and water. Applying a redstone signal to the control panel at the front will halt the machine's process. The behavior can be inverted with the use of an engineer's hammer. Water can be input by the hatches at the left. Oh, and apparently... Hold on a minute. That does not sound right. It has no mention of diesel in there. It's just saying power? No clue. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think it does, in fact, need diesel. I don't actually see a power input there. So if we, take a look at this. Nope, there's totally a power input on top. So I've got no clue why it wants diesel. Water into distilled water and salt. Huh. Well, if nighttime excursions become an issue, we know where to turn to fix our energy needs. But I kind of feel like we are going to get to Age 5 and have a very different solution present itself. I assume that there is going to be a better power generation system than that. And what were we in the middle of making? The cyclic. The extractor. Here it is. We'll go that many. And have a few gold nuggets left. Not a ton, but enough. Let's go get ourselves to bed. Now, the last thing in the pre-preparation stage for the rocket. That is going to be the fuel to be made, as well as the fuel injector. Or fuel loader, I think it is. $76. I want to see if I add pipes to this, if that's going to go down without being connected to anything. So... you. And it is at 79-ish now. Oops. Stick a pipe on. Yep, that does drop. So they do have internal storage on these pipes. I guess that's where all that lava is coming from. I guess we've at least answered that question. This should now be filling with both of these. There we go, and it'll do some fuel here as it drains oxygen gas. And this is desperately trying to keep up. Amazingly, it is for now. But we have 24 buckets of fuel now. I don't actually know how much the rocket will take. Presumably more than that. But that'll be good. We'll actually pull out a lever to turn this off. We don't need it. And that will be now. Because we are all fully loaded up. We don't want to have too much oxygen flood the system. We would like to fill up our oxygen tank whenever that comes around. Hold up. I guess it pulled another lever from somewhere else. Okay. Cool. But yeah, that is all of that hooked up, powered, and generating. Time to go look into the fuel loader. And so how will you be made? Fuel tank. That's generators. Here it is, fuel loader. Compressed copper, a logic processor, engineering processor, a tin canister, which we already have, compressed tin, and a circuit board. Okay. And that will fuel up our rocket. We will eventually need 2 of these. We'll probably just do the one right now. But that actually requires the logic processor and the other bit of it. I forget what it was called. I think we should still have that spare one, right? Here it is. Yes, the heavy-duty plate. So we've still got a spare from that, which is great. We will need more tin plates. And then, what else? Tin and, copper. And we need to start on this stuff again. So that is the engineering press with heavy-duty plate. That's this one, right? Yeah. And then add a silicon press. And that is in, yeah, just the silicon press. And we'll actually need 2 of those, I think, if I'm recalling correctly. One and 2. Last but not least, I think it was the gold in this, right? The logic press? I think that's how we make this last piece. Yeah, gold and logic press. So we'll go and do that. Then mix that with just redstone, right? To make this. Oh, and a bit of silicon too. So yeah, we should really make another one of these. Where should we place it though? This I think we can move. Compressor here. I think we'll move that, let's just say here, since it doesn't actually take up any electricity. Just gets powered through that. We'll put an extra one here, an extra inscriber. Do we actually have the ability to make an extra inscriber? Everything except the sticky pistons. That is easily enough done. Now, we got that other inscriber. Perfect. Set you up here. Stick you and you. Oh, right. Power. That'll just connect up to this corner here. With some redstone. That's it. There we go. And that'll do that. We will go store our toolbox again. And then you and you with some redstone. Go and get that done. And that should be everything required, I think. Maybe. Barring maybe that tin canister. I don't actually know if I picked up one of those. Did I make you? Signs point to... yes, actually. Got that tin canister. Yeah, so we have a fuel loader nice and made here. Lovely. That'll tick off an achievement. And we'll go get that started. So I do believe we take a look at the tree here. There's the rocket and stuff. We will also need some landing pads. 9 landing pads into 3x3, placing the rocket on the center pad. Blah, blah, blah. This, that, these, and those. But we will need to make those launching pads. Those are pretty easy, if a little expensive. A lot expensive, actually. Wow. Oh, scratch that. That actually makes all 9. So we'll just need some compressed iron, some blocks of iron. Do we have any compressed iron already? Whoops. Tin, copper, no iron. So we'll go do that. Where will we put our launch pad? Actually, this is something we have not considered at all. It's only a 3x3, so we could stick it somewhere here. I would want to give it a area, though. Maybe on this side? Maybe fill in the dirt a little bit? Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do that. I think we'll just fill this up to, let's say, like, here-ish. There we go. I don't think liftoff will actually change anything about the area, but in the event that it does, it'd be a good idea to be prepared for a bit of damage, and that should be far enough away that it won't affect anything. We need some iron blocks to be made, though. Oh, and also our glass is all done, too. Lovely. So iron blocks. $18 will be enough for 2. And it sounds like our iron downstairs also just finished up. Oops. Put that back. Put that right back on there. Apparently I put in more iron than I originally thought. Did I really put in that much? I thought I put in 6 stacks. I guess it does double. That will be 2... Oh, I'm actually 1 block of iron short. Unless I have an iron block? Again, answers point to no. Suppose I could just toss them on the belt myself, but that should stamp it all together. That'll be all 3 of those. We'll be able to set up our launching pad, which is good. And you'll always want to get everything set up before you build the rocket. There we go. Thrusters are go. And you'll know that you got it for the little platform in the center lifting up. We'll go put the fuel loader, I guess, here. Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no. I just realized we've got to put it somewhere over here. In this tangle of wires. Otherwise, we will have to pipe everything over. God, I wish we had teleporting pipes. That would make this so much easier. I guess we can kind of put it where this flower garden's intruding. If I smack some of these up. We reposition this just a little bit. That should clear enough room here for a nice little 3x3. Ow. Of course. That should... Oh, good. It breaks it all at once. I didn't even use excavation on that, too. That's just the default behavior. But this way, at least we won't have to go quite so far for the fuel to travel. It'll just kind of come wrap around here somehow. Sure, there'll be something like that for H5. Also, if you have a bucket, you could be your own teleporting pipe. Yeah, but I don't want to have to manualize everything. We've already done pretty well in terms of not doing that. How is this coming along, by the way? Still has fuel. These cyclic pipes must have a massive internal storage buffer in them. Because this has been going for forever. But we are still getting obsidian out of it, so we may as well use it. Not that we're using obsidian too much anymore. That'll just set up the launch pad. That's far enough out of the way that I think we should be okay for the wires and stuff if it does end up breaking anything. The launch specifically, I don't think the actual, like, fumes of the launch will do anything problematic. Is this filling up? No, still being internally used by the pipes. God, these things are huge. But the fuel loader will just go slap on the side here. I think as long as it's attached, I'm pretty sure it'll be functional. Fuel obviously comes in through this side and power comes in through that side. Easy enough to do. Some more wiring to get the whole thing set up. And here. There we go. We got power. And then we just need to eventually pipe in fuel here. Which will be a little messy. We would go below, but there is lava in these pipes, so we can't do that. We could go above. That's just going to make it a little ugly. I think we're going to end up having to go above, whether we want to or not. Luckily, it's not very far, and we can just drop it down right here, stair-step it straight down. We'll just have to jump over here, make sure they don't touch. Do we actually have enough cyclic pipes for that? No. So, bricks. Okay. You. And gold. To make some more fluid pipes. And just hook that up here. Oops. just in case, I don't think that'll do anything, because that's not actually a connection. Just in case, we will expand that out here. Oh, wow, and that's still not even enough. Okay, geez. First bricks. We're actually going to do another batch of bricks, I think. Oops. And that gold. Plus another batch of gold nuggets. Jeez. We are flooding through what we have here. Okay. That should be that. We can actually walk all through this. That's actually not too bad. Because the pipes are so short, so small that it's really not a problem. And then some of the extractors, just to pull it out. Oops, not like that. Like so. There we go. I should pipe it straight in here. Lovely. And once we eventually get our rocket, we'll actually just slap it on that pedestal and put it down like so. Let's go nap the night away, and then let's deal with our gold and brick shortage from using all these cyclic pipes. So gold we should have a fair amount of. Oh, I do tell a lie. We don't actually have a fair amount of that. We do, however, know of a few areas where the gold actually is. So there's at least one there. Okay, when I said a few, apparently I was overestimating. There's literally just that one gold vein. So let's go and take that in then. Ow. And hopefully this will have what we need. Prospector still at the top. There we go. Drop down straight into this. I did actually just see some clay there that we passed. Go and fetch that as well. This is evidently going to be a little far down, though. Ah. As soon as you complain about it. Oh, we are actually out of food. Yeah, that would certainly put a damper on mining operations. Okay, and that's the gold vein mined out. A not too shabby amount. Our pickaxe is just about borked, so we'll throw it back together. And we can actually throw Prospector in there. And then for this clay. There we go. We'll have to turn that into bricks. How much clay do we have, actually? Do we have more to spare? No. We have 18, which is definitely not enough. We saw some more up here, though unfortunately we'll have to kind of climb to it. And even more unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it was just, yeah, a 1x1 square. So let's get a bit of cobblestone just to stand on. There we go. And we'll go and excavate this out too. Oops, wrong excavate tool. Alright, that is also kind of a small one. Still alright. I will be going in search of more clay, though, because clay is something that we'll use tons of. And we will need to mark on our journey map that this gold is Gone. All right, next up, clay. Some of the walls, probably not the best place to get them. I think it would be better for us to go into the water, assuming sharks don't eat us alive. Too quickly, I suppose, because I will probably try to eat us alive no matter what. There we go. Are you clay? Gravel, salt. There's some clay. Luckily, our helmet has lots of air capacity to go and help us out with breathing underwater here. Uh-oh. Come to me. Don't escape. Looks like a ravine down here. That'll be a fair amount of clay, but it'll probably go very quickly, so I'd like to get an absolute ton. More than I could possibly think of working with. What the hell was that? Oh, it's you. I hate you. We played to that so long ago, and we haven't fed it blood ever since. What are you? 10? Yeah, 10. Neat. Go mark it down. Have we forgotten any clay segments here, though? I would say we got most of the big veins near our home, but then I would be a liar. Because it looks like we haven't actually gotten any. Oh, hello. Clay, 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 clay. And our helmet's finally run out of oxygen. I think we can go for a few more, though. Ow. Finding drowning and sharks all at the same time. But I suppose if you're fighting a shark, you're probably also fighting drowning. Just kind of the nature of how sharks work. And by God, are there a lot of them in the rivers. You know, I actually wonder if they have any mechanics based around... Oops. Based around sharks being able to, like, detect blood in the water and kind of swarming around that. I do wonder if they have something like that built in. That'd be pretty neat. Sadly, I murdered them too quickly to actually test that, but still would be good to know. Go tag the lapis lazuli in bright pink. And I think we'll call that probably. We'll call that good on the amount of clay that we need. We will go cast it actually right now, I think. Because that is going to be a long, long process. You have to cast each individual brick. That's just going to take absolutely ages since we only have one casting table, and I really don't want to make molds for a second. Let's just get that all done here. Let's see, so 4, 8. Oh, maybe not all of it. Well, maybe we'll just do the 8. So 4, 8, that much. All of you get cast. There we go. Okay, that problem thusly solved. And tool repaired. What are we on? Fuel loader, check. Oxygen, compressor, and collector both check. I guess it's just onto the rocket part of the rocket. Okay. I suppose we could prep the suit as well. Nah, we'll go straight for the money shot here. Let's go get ourselves a rocket. Now we do need a bunch of these heavy duty plates. We will need 8 of them, looks like. And so that will be 8 sets of aluminum, steel, and bronze. So aluminum, 8 of you, steel, and bronze. We've actually not used nearly as much making this rocket as I thought we would be. Maybe it's just because we built up some stores, but I really thought it would be worse than that. Maybe I speak too soon, though, because I realized we actually need these heavy-duty plates for all of the fins and stuff, too. So we have 4 rocket fins. They should all be identical. Those will each take 4, so 16 total extra plates on top of that, along with 2 compressed steel. So bring that out. That's just for what we're using there. We'll need 16. And then aluminum. And steel. And then just add these to the collection. Then we will need another 4 for the cone. Along with some tin. That's okay. Tin and more steel. Another 4 there. And then on the top, another 3. Do we have... No. Heavy duty. Yeah, no, we don't have any more of that. So essentially another 8 for each of these. And aluminum. Even then, not the worst it could be. Could definitely be way worse. But we will just kind of have to let that run. And we'll have some free time. Suppose we could make these other components. Do we have a spare tin canister anymore? I think we already used that. We, in fact, do not. So we'll have to go, whoops, make another set of those. Have a redstone torch, right? We do not. Easy enough to amend. Got... Probably need a fully functional flint and steel. Instead of a mildly broken one, which is mostly what we have. Actually, hold on a second. Oh yeah, we totally have completely full ones. Sweet. So we've already got that. A button. That actually might be something we don't have. Nope, I apparently had the foresight for that too. Not sure what else I was using those for. And then, more compressed steel on top of this. So that'll be 8 more compressed steel. 9. Yeah, 9 more compressed steel in total. which will mean 10 because we can't do odds. Oops. Right, we need that to go through there. And we want some more sticks to refill this, because it is getting a little lower than what I'm necessarily comfortable going to bed with. Whoops. We will go flop ourselves in bed. And do what? What shall we do? We've got a lot of extra time. Could expand the portal room. That is a project that I've been meaning to do for some time. Maybe build out the blood magic room, though I think we are going to move everything across the river, since there is a big old murder field over there. This is presumably still doing fine. Yes to both. What to do, what to do? Ooh, get this out of my inventory for one. Not need any more of those. We could do food prep, I suppose. Since our current pizza and apple pie stores are fine, they're adequate. They aren't stellar. They could definitely be better. Let's make some pizza then. Yeah. Do we have... We've got our lovely handy-dandy kitchen here. Do we have dough? Probably not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we special order that every time. We kind of put everything through every time. So that will be some wheat. And in fact, we'll go grab some from the drawers out here. Just so they aren't overflowing anymore from the garden cloches. All three of those will get ground into flour. That flour will then be turned into... Good God. That is casting, right? Ever so slowly. That flour will be cast out... Or rather... How do we say? And good God, are we having lots and lots of charcoal. So we probably won't use the industrial mill, judging by the amount that we still have left in here. We'll just go use the old school, boring style mill. Really got to do something with this charcoal. I kind of was just doing it because we had so much wood, but at this point, it's not so great. That'll also take a while. We also need meatballs. Ground meat, I think, makes meatballs. Oh, you know what? We can actually check on the condition of our pig farm then. Do we have any more bacon as well? We do not. We can check on the conditions of this. Are you still running adequately? Looks like you're still dumping carrots and stuff on the ground, so I'm going to say probably. Ah, and that is going spectacularly. So we do know that this is still functioning. And I've kind of given up thinking about what will need drawers and what will just be thrown into chests. I think it's kind of just going to end up doing whatever. This is, again, borked. I really don't know why it sometimes breaks. It's got a bit of essence. Oh, and this is still filling up. Take one each of you guys. That at the very base will be easy enough to do. And the steel is probably done by now, too. Yep, steel all finished. Oh, and you know, I forgot to do tin calculations, because we do need it for this. We need 3 here. I guess that's really all we need. Do we have spare compressed tin? I think we do. Aluminum, bronze, tin. Okay, so we just need 2 tin to be thrown together. That will go with the bronze for some time. We'll probably switch off this fruit soon. About to start the space grind. Indeed, I am. It's a little bit daunting, but I think I'm going to, before we properly go to space, I think I'm going to branch out and look into all those mods that I haven't really checked in on. Go a little deeper down those. Looks like we've got some more iron, some nickel as well. Throw this through the machine. Nickel, iron, distribute, mine. But, yes, we were mid-pizza. So we need to grab... Got our kitchen knife. We should be able to dice it all up, assuming our fridge has all these pork chops we just got. Can I not dice you? Hang on a second. I thought the whole point of this. Ah, look at that. It's little splashy noises. That's cute. I thought the whole point of this was that we were supposed to be able to access everything and chop it all up and stuff with the tool rack here. Oh, I can hang my sword up there. That's neat. Well, I guess we're going to have to do this the good old-fashioned way. So we'll turn you into bacon. No, that turns into biomesh. How do we turn you into bacon? Do you have to turn this into bacon? You do. Okay, so we got to cook these pork chops first. We'll stick the knife back. We'll just use our furnace array here to go and bring our lovely bacon into existence. I do wish it had a distribute button, kind of like this. That would have been lovely. Different mod, though, different purposes. So I can definitely see why it would be not as high on the priority list. And last of it. Perfect. We'll go run this cooked pork chop back and make ourselves some bacon. Oh, and we actually ran out of knife before we ran out of pork chop. Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That may be a problem. That may be a big problem. Because this is currently, and for the near foreseeable future, full of clay. It is doing its best, but it is struggling. I guess we could remove this. It's still going to take a long time. I guess we just let it run. What do you need the knife for again? I need the knife for bacon. We need to make the bacon out of this stuff. We do already have a stack, but I'd rather get the whole set out all at once. You know what? Got a melter. We got a... Ah, shoot. What was it? What did we use back in the day? Way back here? No, maybe in age 2. No, that was already smeltery. back here? Yes, it was. The melter and the heater. That's it. Well, actually, no. I can search through this. Heater with solid fuels. Can we, though? Use a Tinker's tank. Have to sign off a good luck with the rocket. We will do our best. So I think Tinker's tank is just like this. Or maybe it's shoot. Tank controller. God, it's been so long since I've used one of these. Porcelain tank. Seared tank. There it is. I see. So glass in the center. Just normal glass. And then bricks all around it. There we go. That'll make ourselves a seared tank. We just need one. But I think this is probably a good thing to get set up anyway, since we are sort of forgetting. Sometimes we need to use this for more than just bulk output. Let's go grab our jerry can. Empty one, please. Fill you up. I think that actually fills up perfectly, right? Yeah, perfect. Make sure lava is at the bottom and pour that in here. And now we should be able to do iron into a, let's see, knife cast? Knife blade, there it is. We just need one. Luckily, we have another table. Oh, not a travel. Table. Thank you. Another casting table with which to use with this. So we'll actually leave this as a permanent fixture. Just in the event of things like this occurring. And I think the knife... Oh, hold on a second. We can actually make this without casting it out. My point still stands about this, but let's see if that actually functions. So, iron. And flint. Make a knife blade. Okay. That totally works then. We will need that knife handle. And then wham, bam, knife, stab. Okay, neat. And we'll hang this knife back up on the rack so we can keep making bacon. There we go. 3 stacks of bacon. Slapped all in. We'll go take some of this out. Clownfish, I think. We'll put this in another cabinet. And let's check on our opponents over here. How are you coming along, compressor? You are finished. We'll do the tin just for a short-term thing, because we just need that much. Is that enough? Yeah, that is. Because we've got our spare tin compressed in here. Last but not least, the aluminum. Then that'll be done on the rocket. So, knife done. Bacon done. We'll throw those in as well. We need some meatballs. For meatballs, we will need ground meat, which is made in the mill, in a mill of any type. We will also be using pork chops for that, though. So, ooh, is our mill done with our wheat? I kind of doubt it. And is our industrial mill done with our charcoal? I kind of doubt that, too. Yeah, that's not done. And this is not done either. Oh. Oh, wow, yeah, look at that. You can really slap that to the moon. We'll go and empty this, though, while we're here, because otherwise it will most assuredly back up. Well, I guess we'll leave food prep till a later date. Oh, need stick. Stick obtained. Alright, there we go. And that's almost done, actually. So with this, I do believe we can... Oh no, that actually gets thrown through the compressor again, doesn't it? Most of this. So everything minus 10... Well, 9 of the steel plates, and then 1 will go into our extra storage. All of that will go into making the heavy-duty stuff. Then after that, we just gotta get this all thrown together. Yeah, we should have everything else there. I think I actually do have to get this correct. I think it's like that? Yeah, there we go. Now we just wait on that to go and run, and we should be in the final processes of creating our rocket ship. We've got the oxygen vent. Do we need anything else more complex? We've got, I believe, a tin canister. At least I'm really hoping so. Yeah, I think we did make just about everything else here. We're really just waiting on a few bits and bobs to go and get everything together. I would love to be able to fill the chest slot with, like, obsidian chest or something, but I think they do actually max out at just standard chest level. Which isn't fantastic, but is understandable. The other thing that I actually need to think about, spacesuit. So that actually looks like, ooh. One, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a grind to make. Well, really not so bad. It's more the armor layers, which looks like they're all going to be in the compressor. This, oh, we need wool, do we? Okay, that I was not expecting. Interesting. Lead plates. And a pressure layer. Ooh, an oxygen concentrator. Is that going to need one for each of them? Oh, so we are going to need lots. Never mind. Apparently building a rocket is going to be a little bit more expensive than I previously established, mostly because all of the costs are kind of hidden. I thought most of it would go into the rockets, but I guess being correctly pressurized and protected from radiation and all that is also pretty important. I'm hoping that all of that can go on here. We will also need oxygen tanks and stuff. We might as well get a parachute. And I have no idea what these two slots are. I think this one is maybe like a shield, somebody's mentioned. And this one is power? Couldn't tell you. And these ones are very clearly like a garter belt or something. Something to hold the stockings up. But that is going to be a significant expense. That's actually pretty unfortunate. I've also realized that for pizza we will need cheese, and that is a very manual process. So let's get eggs, 2 sets, and get to making cheese as fast as our little clicking finger can go. Luckily, these cyclic pipes are absolute monsters when it comes to filling this back up. It is done in a jiffy, and that cow outside is really getting his money's worth. Or rather, I am from the cow. Because he is putting in some work, let me tell you that. Oh, yeah, so that, you can hear the sound of the milking machine, the rancher. So that's actually going off. Since there's no internal storage anywhere in the system, no fluid tanks or anything like that, just the milk jar, which is already full up. It only holds 8,000 millibuckets, or 8 buckets. So all of that is getting stored in the cyclic pipes, which is just neat and not something that I knew about at all, and not something that it tells you. Because you can't exactly look at the internal storage at all. There's no internal storage. It's not like with the, I think it's Buildcraft, the Buildcraft pipes, where you have an actual observable container here. It just kind of goes. Ooh, ow. Just kind of gets sent off, which is very interesting. Oh, God. Lubricant. Yeah, that's not supposed to be in there. Okay, you need to break. Lubricant definitely should not be going in there. Kerosene, yeah. So what should be going in? Will it fill up? You know what, I'm actually going to lock all 3 of these. There we go, so that is only going to keep each of those. Probably should have done that a long time ago, because a lot of these tanks should not be filling up with anything else no matter what. That's actually one of the nice features about these particular types of tanks, the ones from Inductive Logistics, that we don't have for this, which is why this has previously gotten backed up with diesel, and which is now actually not even getting diesel because our naphtha is full up. What can we do about this? Suppose we could just add a buffer in the lane, because we do have an extra fluid tank here. That should be, yep, draining the whole section. All of these should keep going. With this one tiny block, I've essentially added the exact same size as with these gigantic ones. God, these are nice. That should be a temporary stopgap here. We will have a lot of backed up naphtha. Does naphtha actually make anything else? That would be good to know. So it makes the propene and really nothing else. Okay. Does propene make anything else? Plastic, that's it. Plastic, probably, yeah, won't make anything else, just using the plastic mixer. So yeah, we're just overwhelmed with the amount of stuff we can get. This is still going. Well, it'll at least create the buffer. Let this still run. Hold on, what has the gasoline been used for? This is filling. It must have flooded into this tank somehow, but this was definitely full. Oh, no. Of course it's not full. This is the tank. This is the upgraded tank with 4,000 buckets in it. So, of course it's not full. It's actually double the capacity that this stuff is at right now. It just doesn't look like it because it has so much storage. everything here is kind of just running. That's kind of all we needed to do as well. There's our heavy-duty plate, though. If we go here, all of that we can put straight in, and then we get to making the fun part of it. Which is all the rest of these components. Now, we need, I suppose if we put these all in here, need 4 of you. We will need 1 and just 1 of you. A nose cone. And that's it, right? Oh. I guess it does not have an internal storage, so actually need that. Did we come out short? Hold on a second. Where did our heavy-duty plates go? Oh, I see. They just got spat out. Okay, that is fine. Okay, that should give us our Tier 1 rocket. Awesome. So we have the rocket now. We'll go toss this heavy-duty plate out here. And if you haven't ever looked at it before, when you pull it out, you just hold it over your head. Though, apparently in my case, I'm holding it inside my head a little bit. But, yeah, that's what happens when you do that. But now that we have that, we can go and toss it on here. There we go. And that will get our fuel loaded in. We can get inside it. We won't launch. Launch is space, so we'll just make sure not to check that. Looks like the fuel is getting loaded slowly, but steadily. We will have an inventory. You can see this is just our current inventory, but if we get... Let's get out of here. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. If we get some chests, just the basic kind. Oh, hold on a minute. Uh-oh. That is a problem. Okay, that's a major problem. Can we stick this back in the machine? We may have made a rather dire mistake. Not the worst mistake, mind, but still not a great one. Ooh, yeah, that is a problem. Okay. Well, I was going to add chests to it, but I forgot to do it in the correct setting here. You actually, when you get the rocket, when you make it, you're supposed to put chests in those 3 slots so you have an internal storage, but unfortunately I elected not to do that because I am a true and utter dingus. But that is at least a rocket we can leave Earth with. We just have to leave all our supplies behind, except for the fact that we have a backpack and a, remote. That remote, unfortunately, won't actually work once we go to space. So maybe next time, before we do the pre-flight check, we may go and do a boss fight, because to upgrade this remote from Simple Storage, there is a final version of this called the Advanced Storage Remote. This one works across unlimited distance, which is how we've been using it so far. However, the Advanced Storage Remote actually works across unlimited distance and across dimensions, which means we should be fine on the moon, should we need that. Unfortunately, that does require another star to go and create, and the only place you can get another star, of course, is from the Wither. So we may be doing another big boss fight. As opposed to the Ender Dragon, I am actually concerned about the fight for the Wither. Not because I'm necessarily worried about dying. I think we have enough to survive that, and if not, I mean, we can at least get the heck out of Dodge. I'm more worried about the surrounding area. I really don't want to destroy our base, so we may go out maybe to a funky dimension. Maybe we'll try to cheese it by storing it under some bedrock with the end portal in the end side, maybe somewhere in the nether roof. Not quite sure. Or we might just find a uninhabited, quote-unquote, desert and see if we can give it a good old what for there. That'll all be for next time. I will be coming back on Monday. Monday is when we will take the fight to the wither, get ourselves that advanced remote, and hopefully build ourselves a nice little spacesuit to boot. Monday at 3 PST. If you're not just interested in Sevtech Ages content, I will be coming to Sunless Sea, where I think properly, and I'm making this promise because I am very, very sure we will be ending that captain successfully, not in a death like the other few captains that have ended. We will go and end that captain in retirement, hopefully, next stream on Tuesday through PST. I hope to see you guys at one of those 2 times. If not, I hope you guys too also build a fantastic space program that you sneak your way into NASA on a resume that you've creatively embellished, let's say, but that you can do the work required regardless of your paper application. For the meanwhile, I'm going to call that an end of the stream. It was a good stream. We got a lot done. We'll get even more done next time. That'll be all for Monday. I'll be off now. Cheers, everybody.